What if our staff always went the extra mile for customers?
Nein, nein, nein. We use the metric system of measurement here.
Yeah, I know, it's an expression.
Car rentals that go the extra Kilometer. Das ist gut.
Very good afternoon from a windy Sydney harbour. Clear skies, but it's windy from the south. Southerly arrived earlier this morning and it's been gusting over 20 knots on the harbour, so we're going to see some exciting racing for this day for the 18-footers, which is race 5 of the 6th Spring Championship. Good afternoon, Peter Shipway with you, along with Dolly DeVola and Jimmy Bury. And Doll, as we go to you, I think we're going to see some thrills and spills today.
Yeah, it's looking pretty, as we like to say, shippers, fruity on the harbour. We've got the southerly gusting from 22 up to about 26 knots. Probably get a bit more breeze down the obelisk bottom end of the course, and we've got a very big tide with the, now we're just coming off the big moon. We've got a 1.9 going down to a 1.2, so a lot of water going out of the harbour. But the upside is, Pete, with this breeze, not many boats out here, is there? So they'll have a good clear run at the harbour at least.
I'm reluctant ever to say that, Dol, because it's like we get thrown under the bus. There'll be some unfriendly powerboat out there, but let's hope you're correct and we get a good runway, because it does look clear harbour. If we're looking from our spot at Athol, where the start is, Athol Bight up into the Double Bay area, there's plenty of white caps and plenty of wind. As we say good afternoon to Jimmy Bury. Now, Jimmy, the course is not quite as straightforward as normal. Good afternoon to you, and I'll throw you under the bus. Can you explain the course to us, please?
Afternoon, Pete. Afternoon, viewers. Yeah, we on the course 4, which is the southerly course, and we start down in Athol Bight, as you said, then work our way up towards Clark Island, where the 3 buoys are laid up there. The start committee have spent a bit of time up there on our way out, just observing best way to get those 3 buoys in up there before the big long run down to Obelisk. Then the boats will work their way back up around Shark Island, down to a run back down here in Athol, and repeat that again. And then on the third time up, they just work their way up to Clark Island for the finish.
Okay, well, that's pretty clear, I'm sure. Just the 3 buoys laid up in Double Bay for the first windward mark. So a couple of rules today. The first rule is we're not allowed to talk about rugby unless you are an Italian. Certainly if you're a New Zealander, we do not want to hear from you. Anyway, that's our new rules today.
And we've got one of both on board.
Yeah, well,
Shippo.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, well done to the Italians. A lot of people have tuned in. It's terrific. Too many to mention, but a lot of new people have joined, and a lot of our old friends are there tuning in. So you're going to have an exciting day, that's for sure. Last week, very docile, a light easterly for a club championship heat, and some history made in the ADs. Tash Bryant, skippering Yandu, won the heat, and she was the first woman in over 90 years to skipper a boat to victory in an 18-footer club championship. So congratulations to Tash. Did a marvellous job in those tricky conditions. But Yandu is out today, probably back with a regular crew with Tom Needham steering, the new father Fang Warren and Louis Brake as forward hand. Andu is out. They were out last week and got a very creditable second. But a whole new crew for Andu this week. Matt Stenter is steering with Josh McKnight and Jack Taylor, a pretty potent crew. John O'Witty, who steered Andu last week, he comes aboard Smeg with Niall Morrow and Finn Rodowitz. So a few changes there and a few other crew changes, as we'll talk to you as the afternoon goes on. But we might just have a look at the moment, the point score. This is the race 5 of the SIXT Spring Championship. We'll look on the left there is the club championship, the scratch championship. The scratch championship. On the right is the handicap. So SIXT is leading their sponsored regatta, both on the scratch and on handicap, with Club Marine second and Lazarus third in the handicap. So today is race 5 of that championship. So all getting pretty tight. And today's race sponsor, Jimmy, you might like to tell us who the sponsor is and tell us what you know about the product.
Well, there's the product there for the viewers at home. There it is. So Killer Coffee. It's awesome. It comes with a warning. It'll bring war to your taste buds, and it's available. It's available at Woolworths, Coles and IGA, and also online at killercoffeeco.com.au. And g'day to Nick and the team who are down today from Killer Coffee, and here's a little video of their product.
if we're not here next week, you know we've had a couple of cups and we can't talk. But anyway,
Yeah, apparently if you're not a morning person, Shippo, this stuff will blow your socks off and get you out of bed quicker than anything.
Okay, look forward to that. Well, thank you for your sponsorship, the Killer Coffee, and new sponsorship this year. And they're out today, the Killer Coffee boat. And there's the scene looking back over the spectacular Sydney Harbour Bridge and the city proper and the Opera House. Pretty clear sky, good old-fashioned clear sky southerly, as I said, came in earlier today. It's been very hot in Sydney yesterday, but it's cooled right down today. And no boats are out as yet, but it's windy. They're going to get out of Double Bay and pretty quickly get down to the starting area here in Athol Bight. So, Dol, what have we learned so far this year? We've had a couple of very windy days to begin the season, then a couple of lightish days, and today, well, it's got a good second sail test, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, it's pretty fresh today, but it's not as fresh to frightening as what you guys endured in that first couple of weeks while I was away. So hopefully there might have been a few lessons learnt in those tough couple of weeks. It was a pretty brutal way for them to start the season. I did have a walk through one end of the park, and there's a bit of a mix of and some indecision. Most of the boats hadn't stood up yet, and some of them were still deciding whether they were going to put a reef in or not. So we'll soon know when the boats come out from Double Bay and start to head down towards us. I think after copping a bruising early on, there might be a few might just err on the side of caution and make sure they get a finish. So we might see a few reefs in today, I suspect, but we'll just have to wait until they come out. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Fisher and Paykel's biggest supporter, apparently, Shippo, is a bloke up at the lake, an old fella who loves the 18-footers called Jimmy Eckford. And I'm told that his favourite thing to do on a Monday morning is ring Brett Van Munster and tell him everything he did right and wrong on the Sunday. So g'day, Jimmy. I hope you're watching up there at the lake and you enjoyed today's race, and Brett puts on a good show for you, mate.
I'm sure Brett looks forward to that phone call every Monday morning. But good on you. Nice to have you aboard. Got Julian and Fran from Vancouver. You're back again, so welcome to you guys. It's nice to have you there. Keegan York, just for confirmation, is sailing Shore and Partners this year, a new boat. He's got Max Paul and Tom Anderson in the crew today. They're pretty impressive for their first hit out last weekend with a big sail breeze, but today's a different day with plenty of wind. Alan and Bo from Queensland, we say hello to you. And a question for you, Jimmy, from Ian Barnard. Can you let me know the make and power of the Camera Cat?
Well, the make is it's a custom build. It was designed and built by Blue Diamond Marine, and we're powered by, on this one, 600 horsepower, so twin 300 Yamahas on the back of here. Keeps us in touch with the boats we're meant to be chasing around the harbour. And
what's our top speed?
Top speed, this boat's governed to 40 knots. Mm-hmm. In sea trials we had it well over 40 knots, but just due to commercial operations with this boat, you can't be operating over 40 knots, so it's got electronic governors installed on the motors.
So under 40 knots, we don't need seatbelt shippers.
No. Well, I know at times we're almost flat chat when we're pacing the 18s at 30 plus knots, aren't we?
Yep.
So it produces the power and the speed to do that, so it's a marvellous platform to bring these pictures to you. We've got a couple from Auckland. John Martin from Auckland, hello to you. Johnny Montgomery's there as usual. Hello to you, Johnny. I told you not to mention the rugby, Johnny, so go away. Concentrate on the sailing. Go Dylan on the drone from the Yankee Express. He's Dylan's only supporter. Morning from Singapore. Mike Saby's there. Got someone from Toronto, Canada. Bruce Smith. Hello to you, Bruce. So, yeah, terrific. Bribey Island, Joy Brown. Hello to you again, Joy. Lovely to have you back this year. Jarvis Bay from Brillo. Ian Barnard says, thank you, Jimmy, for the information. Nipper Henderson's there. We just see the fleet starting to come out from Double Bay. Well, there's a few of them. There's a spinnaker, orange spinnaker coming out.
It's a Balmain.
A Balmain at full wick. You can see the breeze there. You can see the white caps. That's Double Bay Point Piper we're looking back towards, and that's where the 3 buoys are placed for the respective rounding marks, the weather marks. And plenty of wind. So, as usual, as we say in this breeze, down at Obelisk, just inside Middle Head, is always a bit of a graveyard and pretty spectacular watching. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We're going to have a pretty good day, I think, of sailing. So we've got the full fleet of registered boats, but the 18-footer bar and restaurant, again, are not sailing, and Red Hill Estate are not out. But everyone else is out. Club Marine is out with Emma Rankin, Beck Hancock in Ballard Properties. They'll be out. They both performed creditably last week. Be interesting to see how Shore and Partners Keegan York goes with his small rig on, only second time out. Still a lot of fine tuning to do there, I think, for those boys.
Yeah, good crew on today with those guys. They're swinging a bit of weight too, so I'd expect them to have a pretty good day. And I think some of that gear is transferred over. Is that right, Jimmy? From not all new rigs, is it?
No, on the Shore and Partners, Keegan's still waiting on his second rig to still get back from Lake Garda. So he's borrowed a mainsail off Lazarus, and he went to put his battens in, and they were about 200 mil too short for the sail. So hopefully he sorted himself out.
So yeah, thanks for that. I wasn't sure where they were at with their rigs, so still a bit of a piecemeal put together ship at the moment. But geez, that ship's taking its time to get to Australia.
Well,
from Lake Garda.
It went through, I think, Singapore, Dole, and that's where the delay was. It was like a 5-week delay for the container to marry up to a ship to get to here. So, and I think I could be wrong, but I did hear rumours that it was going to Perth, and that's where they were going to get it all from. But talking of Perth, shout out to Scotty Glaskin, that's in hospital at the moment.
Oh, so that's no good. Get well soon, Scotty. Hope you're okay. And of course, Rolo's probably over there watching as well.
Well, he'll probably send us a comment shortly if he hears that, Dog. Tell us what we're doing wrong or what the boats are doing wrong. Good to hear from you, Rollo, if you're there. But greetings we've got from Blue Point, New York, from Ward Brooks. Thank you, Ward. Very kind of your comments. Thank you. Cam McDonald. Now, that's a good question. We don't know your answer. I'm sorry, Nipper Henderson has asked. We know Cam McDonald is aboard the Killer Coffee, but whether he's steering or not, we're not 100% sure, because it was a bit undecided when we left the dock. So we'll try and find out whether Cam... We've got Charlie Gundy.
It'd be Cam or Charlie.
Charlie, yeah. One of the other. Nick Rosenors is the other crew member there. So very good morning from the Netherlands. Go the Lazarus from Fleur Heikens. Hello to you, Fleur. Greg Pugh from Stockton Beach. And Dolly, probably a question for you. Can you discuss the various, as we wait for the fleet to come out, there's Yandu and the Rag, can you discuss the various materials used for the sails?
So there's really only two types being used. The Norths are using the black cloth, which is a carbon sort of Technora material, and the other sails, which you'll see on obviously on Yandu. You can see right there now on screen. You can see, so that's a laminate membrane sail. So that's a fibres sandwiched between two film laminates, moulded sail. And really, that's the only two that we're seeing in the 18-footers at the moment. So the distinct difference you can see is SIXT in the background there with the black sails. They're predominantly a north sail, and then the one you can see on Yandu there, which is a Michael Carter design sail, they have the membranes made overseas and then bring them in, and the finishing off's done here in Australia.
And the spinnakers?
Spinnakers are mainly, I think they're using a dimension polyant. If they're not using that, they're using a contender cloth. So, yeah, pretty much the standard sort of silicon-based materials that you see on most modern sailboats these days.
Okay, well, I hope that has answered your question. As we're waiting to start for the three-buoy race in a pretty strong southerly on the harbour. It's just maybe down a little bit from when we first came out, but there'll be plenty all races. That's the forecast anyway. And it's probably 18, 20 knots here at the starting area, and we're probably 15 minutes away from a start. And the first leg takes us up towards Double Bay, Point Piper, and there's 3 windward marks. The fleet has been broken down into various marks that they go around. The scratch boats, or the better performing boats, they go to the furthest mark, and then there's a middle mark and a short mark. So we'll work that through as we go. There's the mark rounding, so you can see Yandu, Shaw and Partners and Andu. They will go to the red mark each time. That's the furthest mark. The white mark is the middle mark, and the blue mark is the closest mark. So as we go through all this, we'll talk to you about which marks they're going around. As they go into Double Bay, it goes round twice, so we'll try and work out who goes where. And there is an advantage if you have to go to the shortest mark, obviously. But the marks are aligned, I think, Dol, so that the angle of the run down to obelisk is the same, regardless of which mark you go around.
That's what's intended. When we came past, the marks weren't firmly in place yet, so when we get up there and we see the boats go around, we will soon know, but that's Hugh Lester's intention, so not to make the boats that go around the first turning mark, not to give them a disadvantage of a tighter kite run, because as we know, as they get down towards Clifton Gardens, it's very easy to run out of runway down there.
Yes.
And where we always see plenty of action and makes for good viewing.
We're just getting some readings off the Western Channel Pilot, the Western Wedding Cake on Sydney Harbour. It's 19 knots at the moment, and gusting 26, and it's been hovering around 20 knots since about 11:30. And some of the gusts, we got 11:30, we've got a gust of 34 knots, but the highest gusts in the last hour or so are about 26 knots. So that's the scene on the harbour, windy and a good second sail breeze. We've seen the fleet, most of them come out. I haven't seen a reef yet, have we, Dol? I don't think in any of the boats.
I'm just looking up course. It looks to me like Club Marine might have a reef in, but yeah, the lead. The sort of the front of fleet boats that we've had come down so far, Fisher Paykel, Balmain, Yandu, and a few others, Lazarus, they've all been full height, number 2 rig.
Well, Club Marine, Emma Rankin, she a couple of weeks ago in that good nor'easter, she had a very deep reef in, so maybe she's, again, as you say, maybe one that might contemplate a reef. I haven't seen them come out as yet.
It's them just off our bow
now,
Pete.
Have they got a reef in? I'm just hard to see. Anyway, as they get a bit closer to us, we'll...
My eyesight's not that good.
No, it's hard to tell. Anyway, we'll wait and see.
They do have a reef in.
Yeah, it does look small. Yeah. I would expect both the girls probably today.
Yeah.
It'd be wise for them to, like I say, it's better to get points on the board than crash and burn and maybe injure someone or damage gear.
Yep.
I'd expect we will see a few reefs out here today.
There's Gotcha for Life. That's got a reef in. You can see the sail down from the mainsail down from the top of the mast.
Yeah,
so
you can see
the
the spinnaker hoist there is higher than the top of the mainsail. So that's 2 so far, but I'm expecting we might see 3 or 4.
There's still a few boats coming out of Double Bay. There's still 3 spinnakers coming out, and that might be pretty close to full contingent for today. So the Killer Coffee Club are the race, Killer Coffee race day partners for today's 6th Spring Championship, race 5. And plenty of breeze on the harbour. That's the news, if you've just joined us. Strong southerly, 20 knots, hovering around that, and a little bit more in the gusts. Here's a couple of the stragglers coming out. That's Darling Point in the background, and Rush Cutters Bay to the right.
What we're looking at, there's the Shore and Partners, Keegan York, just coming out of Double Bay. What we're looking at on your screens there at this end of the harbour, I think we're looking at about probably 18 knots, and as we get further down towards the bottom mark at Obelisk, it's going to get
a little bit more
as we get
windy,
down
yep.
the harbour. We've got a fair bit of landmass in the way with Double Bay in the eastern suburbs, just taking a little bit of heat out of the breeze from this first work in the start area. But yeah, as we get kites on and head down the harbour, I expect it's going to be a good 5 knots stronger down there.
Shore and Partners, sorry. Yeah, Shore and Partners with the red chute, just running down towards Garden Island.
And just did a big right turn as they got into a bit more pressure there.
Yeah, they've got plenty of wind at the moment. They're not far off a jibe, I wouldn't think.
Bit of air as well, bit of centreboard showing there. Those guys should be more than comfortable in these conditions. 3 experienced crew. There's the Smeg. So John O'Witty on the helm today with Niall Morrow and Finn Rodowitz. I'd expect good things of them too today, Pete. I reckon they'll handle the conditions quite well on the Smeg. Bit of weight, a bit of horsepower.
Hello to Sandra Manning. Greetings to the 6th crew from the grandparents and aunt in Western Canada. So there you go. Well, that's nice to have you aboard, and we'll sure the 6th boys will enjoy today's conditions. They've been consistently up there for the last couple of years.
5 minutes has just sounded, so we've gone into sequence. A few stragglers might want to get a wriggle on to get down here to the starting area.
Still seeing boats coming out of Double Bay,
That's what
Dom.
that's what I mean, Jimmy.
He's not hanging around. Huey Lester, time of
Le Mans start.
4:40 to go. They're going to be late. Yep, no doubt about it. Plenty of wind here at the starting area.
And I can confirm Cameron McDonald is on the helm of the Killer Coffee.
Okay, so that answers that question. Cam Gundy's there. So, okay, we've got club. There's today's partner, race partner, the Killer Coffee. What did it say to your gums, Jimmy? It'll set your gums on fire. Was that?
Comes with a warning about your taste buds.
Taste buds, okay. All right, well, we recommend you try it and give us some feedback.
Can be bought at Woolworths, Coles and IGA, and also online at killercoffeeco.com.au.
Okay, 3:50 to go. Windy day on the harbour. 3-boy race. First beat up into Double Bay, Point Piper area, and then the long run down to Obelisk.
And as for our quiet harbour, Shippo, right on cue.
Yeah, I told you, Dol. I told you not to say that. And look what's coming around Bradley's head. His timing is impeccable. Anyway, 3:20 to go. The fleet may be away before this Captain Cook cruise boat gets across the race fleet.
Before he comes through the start line, you mean? Yeah.
Yes, I think one of the stragglers coming out is Andu, is they? With a white spinnaker, perhaps?
No, that's Kitchen Maker.
Is Andu out?
Andu did come down.
Did they come past us? I don't know.
Yeah, there they are.
So
off
Andu's
Harbour
here.
Point.
All right.
Yeah.
There's the Royal Oak, Double Bay, Hugo Stoner. Okay, they will make the start with 2:40 to go. There's Who do we think that white spinnaker was, Jimmy? You just
It's
say?
Kitchen Maker. That's
Kitchen Maker, right. He's going to be touch and go.
I reckon they'll do a nice jibe dropping round the pin.
Round the pin, they might cross the fleet.
No, 2.5 minutes, they'll get here in time.
Yeah, just. Okay, there's the Royal Oak, the second last out. So, what's this line looking like, Dole? Where are we going to stack up?
I think the queue's laid a pretty even line here, I think. And, yeah, personally, I'd be at either end and not in the middle. But we'll see what transpires. For some reason, even when it's an even line, we see them all want to rack up at the boat end and not do someone wins and someone loses in that situation. But pretty even line. I can't see too much favour at either end.
That's the western side of Bradley's Head we're looking at in the background. And that's the overhead shot. We're looking at the line on the left of screen with a minute 30 to go. Plenty of wind. It's probably just under 20 here, but the puffs are coming through with good solid 20 in them, but just a little bit lighter at the moment. That's the Taronga Park Zoo. For those that are familiar with the harbour or not familiar, that's the zoo in the background. Famous Australian zoo. But anyway, we're concentrating with a minute to go on the fleet. Three-boy race.
Good lineup. We've got Balmain, SIXT and Club Marine just shaking in on port tack and going to tack. We've got Andu and Killer Coffee looking for the pin end. And then charging in from behind, we've got Vycobi, Rag, Lazarus, Fisher Paykel and a few others. So it looks like most of them are looking down line, Shippo, not so much trying to rack up at the boat.
I was just talking about Kitchen Maker getting here on time. He got here on time and now capsized. Oops. So he's going to miss the start. But the breeze just getting stronger again as we're batting up to 15 seconds to go. The foot's starting to come down on some of them. Some are going to miss badly the start, one of which is Shore and Partners. He's got the Lazarus sign on his mainsail, but he's well back. He'll miss it badly. Yandu strong down at the pin end. We're away in very strong southerly now, 18, 20 plus knots. Yandu got a terrific start down at the pin. Tom Needham back steering the boat. This is the championship crew from last year. Fang Warren and Louis Brake. And in the middle of the line, Club Marine got a good start, as did SIXT. Lazarus, Tom Koenig coming across on port, taking a few sterns.
Yeah, Yandu stepped out nicely and they're just starting to head, but they're going to need a lane to get back out. At the moment, I don't think they'll be struggling to cross SIXT and Balmain. See how they go. We've also got the Captain Cook cruise boat coming into play.
Yes.
It's not going to help.
No, it won't. But anyway, it's the races on to Bradley's. SIXT in the middle looking strong. And below him, they're just taking a bit header there. A couple of the boats. But there's Club Marine. You can see with a reef in the sail. Emma Rankin holding a line nicely. Now the question will be, as Dole said, can Yandu bounce off Bradley's head and cross the fleet? He looked pretty slippery off the starting line. No, he's got to take a stern or...
Oh, jeepers, it's going to be tight, but I think he'll cross. Yeah.
Did he take a stern there?
No, he crossed them all.
He crossed them, did he? Okay, Vycobi got a good start. Got Pete Nicholson in the Vycobi today, standing in for Daniel Barnett. It's Yandu. Got the jump at the pin and now crossed the fleet, going out on port in strong air. Good breeze there now, Dol, 18, 20 knots.
And Cameron McDonald doing a great job off the start on the Killer Coffee Company, I've got to say.
Absolutely. He's smoking too on port. There he is. SIXT still on starboard. That's the Bradley's Head Lighthouse.
But Yandu looking strong early.
Looking terrific out in the middle. There they go. This winning crew from last year. Boy, it's got fresh again. Dole in the last couple of minutes.
Really pumping out
20 plus.
Yeah.
Good 22, 23. There's the race partner. Killer Coffee. SIXT in the background, still going on starboard. Manly Ferry coming round Bradley's head shortly. Oh, Smeg just capsized off camera. There's Smeg, the red hull.
Oh, dear.
Rag and Famish looking okay in the middle.
Yeah, they had a bit of a shaky tack there, I think, and just fell over as they were coming out of it. Was very ordinary in there, very heading low pressure because of the cruise boat blocking the breeze. Didn't make life very easy.
So SIXT still going to the right with Balmain.
And way off to the back towards the harbour bridge, Pete, you got Lazarus and Andu.
Yeah, they tacked out early at the start, I think, didn't they, Jimmy?
Yeah, mate. Yep. Well, Andu was a little bit late for the start. They, I think, got their timing completely wrong.
So we'll see shortly. These three marks are a fair way apart now, up in Double Bay Point, western side of Point Piper. So Yandu leading on the water. She will go to the furthest mark.
They'll give away that distance pretty quickly, Pete, won't they?
What's the distance between those?
Oh, probably 80 to 100 metres, I think.
So it's quite significant, and it's quite puffy up here, up in under Point Piper. There's a lot of lulls and a lot of puffs. So it's always tricky up here. But there's Yandu.
And looks like the blue mark will be in more constant pressure, and the red mark being further up into the bay is more gusty, so more disadvantage there as well.
So I think Yandu will probably go in towards Clark and try and approach this on a long starboard ley line. Get too far into the left here, you really get squirrel up under Point Piper. But Yandu just tacking now. At the moment she's on a ley line, but it does play a bit of tricks up here, this breeze. But she's really opened up a lead and a half early on.
Yeah, looking at the flag that is on the mark, I think they should lay in here pretty comfortably.
At the moment they're well over, but as I say, there's a few tricks to play out yet before they get to this weather mark.
Yeah, they're already easing sheets.
Yeah. Boy, this has been impressive stuff from Yandu early on.
Those mark set bots are working pretty hard to stay in position.
Stay on station.
Yeah.
Okay, we're round here and then we're off to Obelisk. Stand by. Plenty of breeze. You can see Yandu well eased now.
Yeah, Balmain's done well too, Pete. Which mark are they going to, do you know?
Yeah, I do know that. I'm glad you asked me.
I rely on you for this information.
They go to the white, which is the middle.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're looking pretty good.
Okay, Yandu leads handsomely, even with the three boys offset. They're around. Tom Needham steering, Louis Brake and Fang Warren. Oh, the boat that's going to make things interesting is the Killer Coffee. She goes to the short mark.
Yep.
She may lead. That's Cam McDonald. Okay, she's around. The Killer Coffee round. Beck Hancock round also in Club Marine and Fisher Paykel. So that's
Emma Rankin on the Club Marine.
Yes, sorry, Emma. Okay. Balmain around the middle mark. Rag and Famish, they are around
middle mark
as well.
Vycobi viewers, they just capsized an attack just off Clark Island.
Okay, it's all happening. Well, Yandu, the only boat to have set a shoot, she's off to the races.
They're off to Bradley's head is where they're off to.
She's really fighting hard to get round Bradley's. No one else has set a spinnaker. The Killer Coffee was the next boat to round, but Yandu is screaming off towards Bradley's. That's what she's got to negotiate. This champion crew, that will they get round there? It's highly doubtful, I think.
No, there's a speed hump there.
Yeah, she's dropping the chute now. All the others are heading high. Oh, Balmain in a real sporty one. Okay, Killer Coffee have set the chute. Balmain getting the bow down now. It's Henry Larkins.
Oh, Emma Rankin setting the shoot with a big wire. It's come out nicely. They had a huge wine glass tangle in the kite, but that's popped out lucky for them.
Okay.
Fisher Paykel with the kite up there in provisional lead position at the moment, but I'd expect we'll see an intersection of Yandu two-sail reaching up to them.
She's come up from a long way down to leeward. Yandu had to drop the chute to get round Bradley. She's absolutely two-sail reaching across Taylor's Bay, absolutely flying to converge with these 4 leading boats. That 3 have got spinnakers. And it's...
Meanwhile, Shippo, Cam McDonald in Killer Coffee Company's continued its two-sail reach while he had a big 25-knot gust.
And there's plenty on here.
Yeah.
Look at these two. Balmain working hard, rolling over the top of Club Marine. We'll see Yandu in a moment. She's screaming up from leeward. And Brett Van Munster's off to the races too now in the Fisher Paykel.
And we've got the camera cat going pretty damn quick here to keep up with these guys.
Okay. Fisher Paykel about to drop, I think. There's Yandu come out from underneath him. Yep. And then up to windward, off camera, is the orange chute of Balmain, powering down.
They are flying.
Great boat handling by Balmain and Club Marine.
There you can see Balmain left of screen there, just in the distance.
Holding a nice line at the moment, but meanwhile, Killer Coffee, who led round the first mark because he went to the shortest one, still hasn't set a spinnaker. He's up high. He's trying to get an angle down to this mark in Obelisk to set the chute, but Yandu leads. Off Chowder Head. Clifton Gardens, there's Balmain hammering down.
Balmain doing what they do best and absolutely sending it.
Yeah. Some big air. They are getting some big air down there.
Emma Rankin still holding the chute, doing a terrific job.
Oh, look at that one. Massive jump.
Jed Cruikshank and Brandon Byank. Fantastic. Coming down towards Clifton Gardens, Chowder Bay.
There we are. We're all on board there with Balmain. They are lit. They're doing 20 plus and pulled some huge airs. Could nearly see the entire centreboard a second ago.
Well, that's the headland. They've got to get round, and they're really struggling now.
They're not going to get round that, Shippo.
I don't think so, no. But they've done a terrific job. Off camera, so's Emma Rankin. Still got the chute up, but Yandu leads narrowly. She'll be setting a chute shortly again, Yandu off camera, I think. She's safely around, well, hopefully around George's Head, but Balmain dropping. Fisher Paykel in the mix. So race in 3 at the moment, Yandu, Balmain and Fisher Paykel. Then Club Marine. Okay, Yandu getting ready to set. Fisher Paykel coming up from leeward and right down to leeward. Abreast of them is Balmain. They're the 3. Now, as they go down towards Obelisk, they're getting round George's Head.
Fast ferry coming at us from Manly. Could make things interesting.
Louis Brake going in on the bow of Yandu. They're going to set. Yandu setting. And down to leeward, you can off camera Balmain, who got to leeward with the spinnaker. They've really punched out in front of these two. Oh, tangle going up and the spinnaker of Fisher Paykel, but
wine glass, it's coming out though.
Yandu, a lovely set. Okay, Yandu, Fisher Paykel on their way.
Head to head with a ferry here, Shippers.
Yeah, and Balmain, you'll poke out in front of them. So they get above this ferry, and then Balmain not far off a set, I wouldn't think.
The ferry's very kindly taken the low road. They normally wouldn't be that far to the west.
There's another ferry behind us, that's why I've been sort of
ferries everywhere.
Around, so.
Okay, Balmain going high. They've got a set in a moment, I would think. Yandu powering through to leeward. Look at these boats leaping out of the water. Plenty of centreboard showing. Okay, Balmain going for the set now.
And another ferry coming at them from Manly now. There it is, top of the screen. Hopefully he's going to take a left turn, but he's not at the moment.
Okay, stand by. Here it gets tricky. Yandu are jibing.
Oh, this could get messy.
Yandu have jibed.
The ferry driver's turned to the right and he should have turned to the left.
Yeah, he's going to be wedged in here, the ferry. You'll see him in a moment.
Well, unfortunately, Dull, he can't turn to the left because the ferry that's outbound to Manly is
Oh,
right
copy,
there.
Timmy. Yeah,
There's
thank you.
ferries everywhere, but Yandu leads narrowly. Jibing in on port to come back at the mark on starboard in Obelisk Bay. 20 knots of southerly breeze.
Wow, that's been an exciting little 500 metres, hasn't it?
Certainly has.
There's the mark there, Shippers, sitting
Well,
very
well,
low in the water.
I
I can
was
see
trying
you
to look for it,
see
yes.
you looking for it.
Absolutely. Oh, there's a capsize. Fisher Paykel's over. Brett Van Munster has capsized. Meanwhile, Yandu jibing back onto starboard. And very hard to find this.
It's sitting very low in the water.
It's only Australia, Mark. They're normally 1.5 metres high. It's only be lucky to be half a metre.
We do have a big tide, but it is on the way out.
No, it's been like that all week.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so Yandu, very, very good performance downwind, as has Balmain. And look, coming into the picture is SIXT. They'll be third on the water.
Good gain from them. Oh, Balmain, little trouble getting the halyards gone now. They look like they might have had a bit of a tangle.
Yandu around, about 10 seconds ahead of Balmain. And then a long beat now. There's a big hard beat up into Rose Bay, Shark Island. Balmain second. And Lazarus has come into the picture too, Tom Koenig. SIXT will be around in third spot. That's Jacob Marks, Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle. Fisher Paykel is still capsized.
Killer Coffee still in the mix, Pete.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
done an early drop, a bit
Yeah.
conservative.
It's got a square run into the mark, but
Yeah.
SIXT is around. Lazarus will be fourth.
This dial up for Killer Coffee is going to be fraught with danger. From square
Yes.
square run to hard on a breeze is never easy in these conditions.
Hang on to your orange hat, Cam.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Low boat speed, turn up.
I think you'll get there.
Get some weight out, boys. There you
There
go.
he goes. Okay.
Nicely done.
No dramas whatsoever, Dull.
Some nice experience there. And then Club Marine handled that run very, very well. And then this next boat, round after Club Marine, is Shaw and Partners, Keegan York with a
Azar.
Azar on the SAR, which is the old sail from Lazarus, as Jimmy mentioned. And then Andu will be next. Matt Stenter, Josh McKnight and Jack Taylor.
And that's probably the distance that they were behind
Yes,
at the start line. So
Yeah, they
you know,
really missed it, didn't they, Jimmy?
yeah.
Now, we haven't seen, there's a few we haven't seen.
Brett Van Munster in Fisher Paykel still trying to get up from the capsize. Vycobi just coming around
They'll be
past
next.
him. They had a swim up near Clark Island.
There's the green spinnaker of the Royal Oak. I haven't seen Rag and Famish.
I think Rag and Famish are just sunk just here, just off, or capsized,
They
I
are.
should say, off
Yeah.
George's head here.
They are.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Smeg. They capsized just after the start. Gotcha for Life we haven't seen.
That
There's a
might be them
white
with the
spinnaker,
white spinnaker. I
Long
think.
way back. Okay,
Yeah.
we're on the Royal Oak.
Yeah.
Just
Don't-
coming down to the mark.
The white spinnaker up there is the Kitchen Maker,
Oh, okay.
and I can see Ballard property just off
Oh, yeah.
Shark Island in the middle.
Maybe heading in. Oh, they might be going to the top mark.
Okay,
still.
this is the Kitchen Maker.
Oh, no. Oh, that no, two
So
sailing.
she's
Yeah.
got a couple more jibes to get down to this mark, but we're on their way. The leaders are on their way up to Rose Bay the first time in strong southerly conditions, 18, 20 knots, a bit more at times. With Yandu, the leader, on the water.
Yeah, sailing very well, the Yandu, but it's tightening up. Who have we got in the drink over on the left there?
The Killer Coffee Company, I'd say that is, Dom.
Cam McDonald, is it?
So
Okay.
they've gone for attack, it looks like, and fallen over. That's a shame. They're doing well, but they'll get up and rolling.
So some interesting tactics here. Lazarus and SIXT have gone way over the eastern side of the harbour, right up into Camp Cove. So they're going to work the Nielsen Park, Watson's Bay shore. And Yandu tacked early and went into George's Head. Now he's going out into the middle of the harbour. Oh, there's Rag and Famish capsized off George's Head. Just getting the boat up now.
Why would you get over to that left-hand side, Pete? There's a 1.9 metre tide going out.
Yeah. Goes Club Marine with a reef in the sail, still going up the middle of the harbour. There's Lazarus. And then Camp Cove Beach over on the shore. And Sound Pigs just going behind Lazarus. But right over in the east is SIXT, so way into the shore. But Yandu still leads.
Sailed the eastern side of Sound Pigs.
They sure did. They're way up there, SIXT. This is Ballard Properties, Beck Hancock, Cam Walker and Ed Swain with the Royal Oak spinnaker on. They've got a reef in as well.
Big reef.
Big, deep reef. Lazarus in about third position. Third or fourth. But here's the race leader just tacking in mid-harbour, really, just between the two wedding cakes or white lights on the harbour. Going up the middle there.
Oh, and tacking onto some good left-hand pressure too.
Yeah, there's some good left-hand stuff coming out of Nielsen Park.
Nicely judged. Just extended a little bit in that last exchange, Yandu, but Balmain and SIXT still well in touch, but probably a 150 metre gain to the Yandu just in that last exchange of the last few minutes. There they are, looking super comfortable, and I know I harp on, but if you look at that rig profile on the Yandu, it just looks beautifully matched twist, just exhausting out between the headsail and the main. Main's not going inside out, which it means low drag. That rig that we saw develop last year just works beautifully across the wind range. You can see there SIXT just a little bit more twist and more open in that mainsail. So difference between the two sailmakers, but both getting the job nicely done today.
Loaded old sailing mate of mine, Mike Hughes from Fremantle, Western Australia, the flying fireman. He's over there with his feet up, watching our live stream. So I hope you're well, Mike. And it's a great day on the harbour. Great breeze, southerly breeze of 18, 20 knots plus at times. So there's Balmain. They're hanging into second spot, very close with SIXT. But boy, Yandu's stepping out nicely, as you said, Dol. They really look
high, fast, and flat.
Yes, yeah. The new father, Fang Warren, his young son Leo was born 10 days ago. Mother and child are doing well, which is good news. But they're pretty proud of Dad at the moment. He's along with Tom Needham and Louis Brake, are really putting the foot down. Balmain second, SIXT the third. Lazarus close enough in fourth position.
Yeah, still well in touch, Lazarus. So that's our top four. And all four of these boats looking quite comfortable. So handling the conditions very well at this point in time. Our next challenge is we're now going to head up over Shark Island, and their next challenge will be that big kite run down into Athol Bight, working out when to set to get across Bradley's Head.
win a Nifter set, of course, yeah. It's there's the championship sponsor, SIXT. They're both doing very nicely. Jacob
and they've been impressive thus far, the SIXT team. I know I talked Jacob up. He's sailing exceptionally well with Alex and Matt so far this year and across the range of conditions. So expecting good things from them this year, Pete.
Boys, we look up in Rose Bay, there's plenty of wind, plenty of white caps.
Yeah, SIXT just starting to get into that
true
zone.
wind.
Yeah.
There's the Spectator Ferry, the Tribal Warrior, or Lady Northcote, one of the famous old ferries from days gone by. And SIXT just getting into this strong stream coming out of Rose Bay now. It's a long beat up from Obelisk to Shark Island.
And it's fresh.
It is fresh.
Coming out of Rose Bay, they're really picking up now. Probably a solid 25 knots coming out of Rose Bay right now. So this will test their mettle for this last bit of the beat up into Shark. And then, as I say, judging this Spinnaker run down to Athol after they get round the island. But there's SIXT on screen, looking well in control considering the amount of breeze that they're in, and not a big crew. So probably only your average size crew compared to some of them. Of course, Jacob's only, is he 18 or 19 years old? 18 years old.
18, yep.
So, yeah, handling the boat superbly well for a
done
young
well.
guy.
There's Emma Rankin in Club Marine coming out on, there she is with a reef in. She's really hung in there. Should be fifth at the moment, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yep, fifth, just behind Lazarus. You see Lazarus coming across from the right. There's not much in this. Lazarus will just cross.
Emma was on starboard.
Yeah,
she took a little bit of a dip there.
Yeah.
Did the Lazarus boys a bit of a favour.
So she's done very well.
Well, you know, they're in control, and that's the important
Yeah,
thing.
looks very comfortable, doesn't she? Haven't seen Shaw and Partners still there and Andu, but they're a fair way back now. It's a big gap now on the water between Yandu, who's tacked back onto starboard, and Balmain's tacked also onto starboard to come in towards Shark Island, but still got a fair way to go to get up to the turning mark.
Yeah, it's a long starboard fetch to get up into the bay here. Yandu's chosen to tack the closest of all the boats to Shark. So everyone else falling to leeward of him. That's Balmain. SIXT just to leeward of them, and SIXT lifting inside, starting to squeeze up on Balmain. So SIXT really challenging for this second place now. And there's our leader.
Not on screen, guys. Gotcha for life. Just gone around the first top mark off Double Bay.
Right, he's got a bit of work to do.
With some work to do, yeah.
Plenty of work. But I have not seen Smeg, so I'm assuming whatever happened to cause that capsize might have been terminal.
Greetings from Wisconsin in the United States from the crew of Kermit. Nice to have you with us again, boys. First snow here. Well, we haven't got snow here, but we've got plenty of wind on the harbour. And there's Yandu leading very comfortably.
It was snowing on my way back from Pittwater yesterday, Shippo, or at least it was hailing.
Yes, yeah.
I was a bit worried for my car, but anyway, I made it home in one piece.
A lot of funny weather.
Oh, a bit of a dodgy tack from the Yandu. Not something you usually see. But they're around safely, and there's SIXT and Balmain giving chase.
Now, I want you to have a look at the forestay sag on Yandu, Dolly.
Yep. Bit hard to tell from that angle.
Well, when we get overhead.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
You know who's onto that? He wants you to double check it. Dave Witt.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's sending us messages, is he?
Yeah. Well, he sent you a message. He said, you know, got to get your act together.
Got to agree, though, Whitty, that
Yeah.
rig looks pretty tidy, especially from that overhead shot. I'm sure you'd look at that and think it looks pretty good. That's a nice, even twist profile.
Oh, good to hear from you, Whitty. Hope you're well and look forward to welcoming you back to the Scallywag back for the Hobart race. As Yandu approaching the turning mark at Shark Island with a really big lead now. I'll get the timer going, but there'll be plenty here. A big delta. All but round. Stopwatch is running now. And they're off down to Athol. Good gust to come away in.
Yeah, they're going to have plenty.
Oh, got to get away yet. Still can't get the bow down.
They're just waiting.
Oh, they're
waiting.
really
They got some
good gust.
waves there as well. Those waves didn't help.
Still heading to Point Piper.
They are in a big gust there,
Absolute ripper coming around the eastern end of Point Piper. They're heading
Here
to
we
the
go.
Prince Edward Yacht Club at the moment. There they go. Terrific. Going in. I think Louis in working on a spinnaker, are they? Louis certainly in the boat.
He's in the boat, but they're not setting quite
No.
yet. They're just assessing it.
Here comes the trailing pack.
These three have really tightened up, and Emma Rankin too, still right in the hunt here, coming
She's done
back at these boats on
fantastically
starboard
well.
tack.
Yes. Okay, Yandu's away and gone. She's been round a minute, and these other boats are about 30 to 40 seconds away from the mark. Yandu still hasn't set off. There she is on the left of screen. Just trying to get a
I think they're just about to go
line
for
to
it.
set.
Pete.
Yep. Okay, second will be pretty tight at the moment here. Balmain and SIXT. Oh, Emma Rankin's just done not a great tack.
We up to a minute yet, Shippo?
Oh, yeah,
Where are
we're
we up to?
Minute 29, minute and a half. Okay, so Balmain and SIXT basically together. Around the Shark Island mark, a minute 37 is the delta. They're still in there in a good gust too. They've got to get around. Lazarus right on their hammer. Tom Koenig in fourth, and then Emma Rankin fifth. That is a great effort.
And it did look like Yandu were about to set, and they decided not to. They
But
are
Lazarus
still
has got-
two sail reaching.
Lazarus has snuck round the inside of these guys. And she's got the bow down now. So's Club Marine. Just trying to clear the wharf and totem pole at Shark Island. No one has set yet. Yandu leads by plenty. And then next around is Shaw and Partners. They closed up a little bit there, Keegan York. First hit out with a small rig on. And it's not their racing sails as such. They are second-hand sails. It's good squirt for Keegan. Wily old competitor.
After Shaw and Partners, we'll have Andu and Vycobi.
And I've noticed Killer Coffee Company look like they're
Going
withdrawing
home. Jimmy,
from
do they?
racing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had an excellent first beat and first run, but
They sure did. But a thrown together crew for the day, although they're experienced. Still very tough. And Shippo, your eyes are... I think Yandu still haven't put a kite up, have they?
Negative.
no, she hasn't. No.
Two sail
Two
reached
sail
all
reaching.
the way down.
And here's the real battle between these three for the minor placings. We've got Lazarus now has got his nose through. And Balmain and SIXT are there.
Not on screen. Shaw and Partners and Club Marine are the first two to go for a spinnaker here.
Yeah, well, Emma Rankin first to set the chute. Yandu's gone down this whole leg without a chute. Neither of these three boats, Lazarus, Balmain or SIXT, have set. They're in plenty of breeze off Bradley's. Look at Balmain screaming down now over the top of Lazarus. Here's Emma in the Club Marine. Oh, the big question, they've got to lay Bradley's. That's the big thing, right? Bradley's head. Oh, now Balmain and Lazarus heading up, but Balmain holding a nice line. And what's happened ahead is, Dol, that Yandu got high without a spinnaker, so she's had to jibe back.
Yeah, but safe. They've got a comfortable lead.
Lazarus is going for a spinnaker as well.
Oh, it's caught behind the battens. No, it's clear now.
Back. Gee, that's a big call from where they are just now. I can tell you in the background, Shaw and Partners got themselves in a whole lot of bother putting that spinnaker up. Emma Rankin set hers nicely and carried it, but she's got no chance of getting over Bradley's head.
Lazarus looks to me as she said in a very good spot. She might just get down nicely to this mark. SIXT behind her is set. Up ahead, Balmain is going to set. There's Lazarus, Tom Cuning.
Yandu around the mark.
Matt Chapman and Tim Westwood. Nice job. Balmain spinnaker's caught under the spreader,
caught up on the forestay.
Yeah, caught on the other side of the top spreader.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Yandu is around and on their way up to the three boys. They go to the furthest mark. But it looks like Lazarus has now got himself into second spot. He hung on to a nice lane there to set the spinnaker, and he's just going to get down in one. Now SIXT is starting to rumble.
Couple of really good moves there by Tom Kunich on Lazarus. He got the bear away at the top done quickly and got inside his opposition. And then he set that kite just at the right time, Pete, didn't he?
Yeah,
I'll get that kite down and round up and get round that mark in really good shape.
Balmain barrelling down, but they won't get round in front of Lazarus. Lazarus gets the dial up done. Plenty of wind again. So it'll be Balmain will be third. They've got to get the spinnaker down. That's them with the orange spinnaker.
And the breeze is up done.
SIXT has gone way past the mark down to leeward. Okay, Balmain around. SIXT still. Oh, SIXT.
There they go.
Around in fourth. And then next will be Shaw and Partners and Andu. Emma Rankin just got lost a bit there. I think she must have trouble with the spinnaker. Okay, so SIXT is around. They are fourth. Then Keegan York and Shaw and Partners. This is Shaw and Partners with Azar on the sail. Derivation of Lazarus or a... There they go. They're around. And next will be Matt Stenter, Josh McKnight and Jack Taylor in Andu. Following them will be Vycobi. And then Emma Rankin. There's Vycobi. Emma Rankin to leeward of them. Okay, Yandu are about to go round. She's around off camera. Vycobi about 40 metres from the mark. And there's not much after that, Jimmy, I don't think, at the moment, is there?
The only other two that I can see that are upright is the Royal Oak Double Bay. They're just off the side of Point Piper there.
Just trying to get round.
And the other one off Shark Island, it looks like Fisher Pike L.
Okay, so Club Marine around. So this is the leading group. There's about 8 boats around the leeward mark. We're going up to the three boys at Double Bay, Point Piper. So this will equalise things out a bit. Yandu goes to the furthest mark. Balmain to the middle mark. SIXT to the middle mark. Lazarus goes to the...
top mark, limit mark, yep.
Yeah, she will go to the furthest mark, yeah. So that'll be a bit of a penalty for Yandu and Lazarus, but a big gain here perhaps for SIXT and Balmain. So, see how this plays out. Nice steady breeze here, Dol, isn't it? 18, 20 plus in the gusts.
Yeah, once again we're uprange and we're seeing Yandu just, they are motoring uphill. At 60, you can see on your screen there, they're also sailing very well. But we've got Yandu on final approach to the top mark and they are flying upwind. They will get around. They've still got another 2 tacks to do to get to the top mark.
I think she might almost have enough in hand and still lead, but yeah, she's opened out beautifully here. She's got about 60 or 70 metres to go on port tack and then lay in to this windward mark, the furthest of the 3, but I just think she's going to probably have enough to probably still lead on the water with these mark differentials.
Yeah, and you know, this further upwind mark is where it's patchier. It'll be interesting to see if they go for the set
there's a couple
straight
of
away again. Yeah, if you 2 sail out of here, it's very patchy.
Okay, she's tacked now on the ley line.
There
She's
they
got
go.
About 50 metres to come in, and the rest of the fleet are a fair way back.
Yeah.
Oh, Lazarus just got chicken winged up by a ferry off camera. A big Rose Bay bound ferry just went across Lazarus and Balmain and dumped them both. Really, they're still not got going properly, but meanwhile this boat has got going properly. They're around the mark now and they're on their way back to Obelisk. Now, will they set immediately like they did last time, or will they just hold up and
They're currently thinking
delay
about
the set?
Having a think about it. While
Yeah.
they've got some pressure, they can comfortably 2 sail. They were just weighing that up because if they were badly down pressure, they probably would have got the kite up to get out of the doldrums.
They've got a nice gust
they're
there.
looking very good.
That's the middle of the 3 marks they've just passed. So they're a clear leader on the water now.
Oh, and now just as we said that, the breeze left them, but they're back into it now.
Bow up. And the next 2 are Lazarus and Balmain and SIXT and Club Marine. But Yandu has gone. Absolutely smoked them. So next boat around will be Balmain. She is going to the middle mark of the 3. So she takes a little bit of a shortcut. Lazarus goes to the long mark, so he's got a bit of work to do. So a big jump here for Balmain.
Yeah, good advantage for Balmain over Lazarus there.
Problem on Lazarus, just around to the left, looks like the
Jibs.
jib sheets
Yes,
departed,
Jimmy.
company with the jib.
Yeah, they're in all sorts of trouble. Okay, Balmain just can't get down at the moment. There's, in the background, you saw Yandu. There's Yandu. Spinnaker
up.
set in a good lane to get, probably hold the spinnaker most of the way down this leg. There's Lazarus, jib sheet detached or something's come adrift there. So that will put them right behind the 8 ball here.
Yeah, forward hand trying to execute a repair, but that's going to be difficult with the sail flapping in 25 knots.
Got a question for you,
SIXT
Shippo,
is
from
around.
Jack Andrew.
Has the ferry ever won the Kumquat Award? Thanks, Jack.
Well, I'm not allowed to say that anymore because I've had legal advice that I could end up in the clink, so I can't abuse anyone, so I can't answer. But it might today win it. There you go. You're getting a good view anyway, Jack. Yandu powering past the spectator ferry, clearly leading. Balmain second, SIXT third. Shore and Partners fourth. Yandu fifth. Lazarus out of play with a problem with their jib. SIXT in a good one. Look at this. They're off.
Plenty on. Yeah, there were 6 probably doing well north of 20 knots there now. Just trying to rag the chute through a couple of waves, keeping it safe. And Yandu, they are flying in towards George's
Balmain's had to
Head.
get round a big obstruction, which is a spectator ferry. Oh, that didn't do it any favours. Anyway, but Yandu, all eyes on Yandu, struggling to get round George's Head at the moment.
Yeah, they'll be dropping down in Clifton Gardens
Yeah.
and then Tucson reaching back up.
Looks like it at the moment. I thought they were going to get round, but they've got a real stinging gust. They have got a beauty.
Absolutely flying into Clifton Gardens. And
Here's the
there's
second place boat, Balmain, also in a really good gust. Geez, they've handled this boat well today also, these Balmain boys.
they breed him tough in Balmain.
Yep, Henry Larkins, Tom Grimes and Lockie Pryor. Up ahead, Yandu have dropped. Balmain will have to do the same, but they've still got a bit of runway to go yet. There's Yandu dropped and coming around George's Head. But Balmain, they are hammering down here.
Yeah, Lockie Pryor earning his keep in the bow today. Some hard work on that spinnaker. Just working it, trying to find that fine balance between just exhausting it, powering it up each time they're trying to get over this headland.
No, they're going to get in and drop, I think, now, are they?
Little
No, they're still on
rag.
the wire. They're still ragging it. There they go. It is fresh here again. Looking back upwind towards Shark Island, Rose Bay area, it is very windy. Balmain dropping now to chase Yandu, who have gone round George's Head. Still a little bit of tricky work to play out here. Okay, there's George's Head. Yandu will go high, set the chute, probably 2 more jibes and then around the mark, as they did last time. Balmain off camera got the chute down nicely. There they go. They might have closed the gap up a little here. They've handled this pretty well, Henry Larkins. Okay, oh, jeez. It's nearly a full stop.
Just dancing on the tail there. Oh, and then a body drag. Not what they wanted, but they're
No.
safe.
Okay. Meanwhile, Yandu's just put the bow down off George's Head. Oh, here's some... Okay, Yandu's still not set. Don't think they're far off a set here. Okay. Now, here they go.
A question from Ed Ray asking how the 3-buoy marks work. I'm not sure whether Ed's asking how the marks work as in they're motorised or hold their position, but I think he might be asking more about how the handicap works. Now, that's a black art, Ed, handicapping, so
We won't go there. Okay,
worked out on previous results.
here's Keegan York in a screamer. Welcome back, Keegan. They are fighting hard here. Max Paul and Tom Anderson, they got a bit on.
They've got to get that kite off.
You can see how fresh it is here, Dole behind them. Oh, here's a great onboard
that.
shot of Yandu.
Absolutely lit coming into this bottom mark.
And they've got down to the mark. They won't have to jibe, I don't think. They'll lay down to the mark. Oh, here's SIXT resetting. Shore and Partners rumbling up behind them. SIXT have got a bit on still.
So there you can see the channel marker off the headland. Shore and Partners has been ragging that kite for quite a while now to try and make it above through the gap between the channel marker and the headland.
Okay, meanwhile, Yandu's round the leeward mark. Right now, got the clock running.
Balmain next in.
Chasing hard.
A bit underlaid on this mark, so they'll be knocking off and then 2 sailing up to the mark.
They've done a stellar job though, these boys. Keeping the pressure on Yandu. Yandu won't want to stub their toe. Balmain will be right on top of them.
Lockie Pryor throwing the arms over, getting that big orange kite into the boat. It's coming down nicely, great job. They've just got to make this dial up and come into the mark and just lock in this second position into the second lap.
And it's a good puff they've got too. Down here.
There they go. Whoa. That was a dial up indeed.
Okay, the delta is 1 minute. Yandu leads by 1 minute from Balmain. 6th will be 3rd, then Shoreham Partners. And there's still, this breeze is hanging in there very much. It's still fresh, 20 knots, gusting probably 22, 23 at times.
6th with the drop. So far, they've all got it done pretty well. Here we go. Yeah, something funky going on with Shaw and Partners there. Their Spinnaker sheet was sort of caught up somewhere. You can see there
it's around the bow.
Around the bow, maybe.
Windward side of the jib.
It might be caught under the stem of the bow, I think.
Yeah, something's amiss. 6th is around in 3rd spot.
Either way, they're just persisting with it to try and get down to the mark as best they can.
The only thing I can think of, Dole, is it was flogging for so long it might have...
Wrapped on the wire or something?
Might have blown the ratchet off the wing.
Oh, possibly, yeah. They might be sheeting it to windward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, they can get it down now. Here they go.
So they will be 4th, and then 2 more at George's Head. Who we got there, Jimmy?
You got 3. You got Vycobi, Club Marine, and Andu.
Andu. Oh, I see Vycobi in the middle without a spinnaker at the moment. Emma Rankin up to windward. She's done a very, very good job.
Andu on a charge. There they are on screen now. They're on a pretty good angle into this mark and coming in pretty hot. But Emma Rankin, she has sailed brilliantly today. Fantastic work.
In a very tough day. Breeze is up. It's been up all race. There's Yandu, Matt Stetter.
Oh, big air from the Yandu.
Yandu flying down. Better get it off soon, boys. There we go. We'll be running aground. Just Matt Stetter give us a wave. Looks pretty relaxed.
It's one very cool cat.
He is, and Matt, you know, regularly seen as a crew and doing a great job on the helm today, so well done. So crewing on the Andu when they took the title a couple of years back.
So Andu and Club Marine around, Vycobi next to go around.
Vycobi took it very easy on that last bit of the run, no spinnaker and just cruising in.
Might be the guest bowman rule, Dole, but
only put the kite up and down so many times.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, Pete Nicholson in the bow today.
Pistol Pete.
Yeah. Very experienced hand, Pete, and a great fella.
So we're on the big long beat from Obelisk, Middle Head area to Shark Island for the final time with Yandu leading by about a minute from Balmain, and then 6th in 3rd position, followed by Lazarus.
SIXT once again electing to go to the eastern side of the Sound Pigs. There's Kobe and Emma on Club Marine just coming out of the bottom mark. Club Marine looking really comfortable with that reef in. It was a great decision for them today, I think, given the conditions. There's SIXT on the windward side, the eastern side of Sound Pigs. We've got Shore and Partners just on the other side of the Pigs, western side. So about 150 metres separation between those two boats. Currently in third and fourth place. SIXT once again looking comfortable. Picked a nice line. Getting themselves up the bay on port tack. Opposition locked away to leeward of them.
It's Emma Rankin down there. It's Keegan York and Shore and Partners off the leach of the sail on SIXT. Just going past the Beashel Boy. Looking back towards Obelisk, George's Head. So we're about halfway up the beat for Yandu, the leader. She's up off Taylor's Bay. A long way ahead of Balmain now, extending very much on this windward work. She's really got the wheels down now. That's Balmain and Spectator Ferry above her. Just getting a nice little left-hander, Balmain. She went out to the middle of the harbour. She's got a real good left-handed there.
Yeah, big lift coming out of the Nielsen Park area.
She's
They've
gone
hooked
right
onto
round the
nicely.
bow of SIXT.
Yeah. SIXT should come into that, but they could easily miss it. Now they're bow down on Balmain.
Balmain
So
just hit there.
Balmain
Brick
really
wall.
cashed in for a couple of 100 metres there.
Still take it.
Any day, yeah.
Western Channel Pile on the harbour, Sydney Harbour. And that's Shore and Partners just going past the wedding cake. So the fleet have really spread out here.
Yeah, still for a day with the conditions that we've got, these top 6 boats, not a huge amount of distance between them, which is great to see. The big standout, of course, is Yandu. Yandu's got quite a jump on Balmain, but when we come back to Balmain, SIXT, Shore and Partners, and then we've got Andu, Emma Rankin in Club Marine, and then behind them Kobe. We're all sort of in the same half of the leg, so pretty good racing considering it's blowing 25 plus today. I must say, Pete, I was expecting a few more swims than what we've seen.
Yep.
So great sailing. I think those first few weeks of the season getting beaten up probably put them in good stead to cope with today. SIXT just taking another dig back towards Nielsen Park. They're nice little lift they're on there now, but they don't last long, but you take them while you can get them. Bow down again now. Just some real sharp little bullets, isn't there?
Yeah, long port tack here up across the face of Nielsen Park, then up into Rose Bay. Yandu still way up ahead now on starboard tack, laying in towards Shark Island. Balmain holding down second. SIXT is third. And right up ahead it's Yandu in strong air up in Rose Bay.
SIXT in third. There's Balmain in second. And there's Yandu in first.
Approaching the lighthouse on Shark Island. They round Shark Island, back down to Athol, and then they beat to the finish. So there's no more offset differentials on the marks. It's everyone's got to sail the same course now. The 3 marks is all over. It's just a straight course to the finish for everyone. Round Shark, Athol, then the finish in Double Bay. But still this breeze keeps hammering away at the fleet. Yandu's going to have a very, very big lead. She was a minute ahead of the leeward mark. This is going to be a much greater lead here at Shark Island. It's going through a bit of powerboat wash.
And good to see, although they are a fair way back, the Oak, Double Bay and Ballard properties are still racing. So
They are a long way back.
they're a long way back, but they're still racing.
Yeah,
Pete.
good on them. Just going out probably to go on a Port Lay line here. He's got a long way to judge this though. He's more towards the eastern side of the track here, the left-hand side of the track, going in towards the Vaucluse shore. There's enough breeze for him, but probably going to have a look at it. Sure, there he goes now. Yep.
Gee, it's fresh where we are just now, Pete. Solid 25 knots at this
Sure is.
Shark Island YA boy. This Bearaway is going to be
Tough.
interesting.
Tough again. They found a bit tough last time. Trying to shoot this from a long way out, but I think he's under it at the moment.
Bit underlay. Oh no, they're
Yeah,
laying.
it's close,
Just
isn't it?
laying,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's going to be close.
Nicely judged.
Yeah, get a couple of little left-hand clicks and you'll be there. So we'll see.
Yeah, get us a time on this, Pete,
Yeah.
because I reckon we're out sort of 3 minutes or more.
There was a minute at the last mark, so you can just see how potent this boat is upwind.
Potent, I like that.
Yep.
Yep.
Got to think of some new words.
They are on a march, that's for sure.
Okay.
And laying this mark easily
Yeah,
out.
they are now. It's
Like you said, Pete, a couple of little left-hand squirts.
Yeah, the jib's coming off a little. I think they're pretty comfortable on the lay. Yeah,
Balmain just coming into shot there in the background in second.
yeah, that's the difference. So they're well eased now. So the next trick is to get the bow down. So they are around right now. Clock is running.
Oh. Nicely done.
Yeah. So they had trouble last time, got round in a real squall, but now they've still got plenty on here. So they're round the totem pole, they're round the wharf on Shark Island, and they're off. This leg, and then the final beat to the finish.
They're off all
They're
right.
sure.
Look at that for a left-hander. Jeepers. Wouldn't even think about putting up a kite there.
It's the iconic Shark Island in the background. And they're still a long way back now, Doll, aren't they? Those second place boat. Okay, Yandu's off now.
And that's Shore and Partners on the top right of the screen.
Oh, where are they going?
Must be going home, I'd say, Dolly, because you've got to go round Shark
You do
Island.
have to go around Shark Island, not just the mark, don't you?
That's the way I understand it.
Yeah.
It's already been a minute and a half. There's no sign of Balmain yet at the windward mark. And Yandu almost halfway down this run as we're on Shore and Partner.
You're our course expert, Jimmy. Can confirm that you do have to round both the island and the mark.
No, I'm no expert, but when you read the says Shark Island YA, but generally means the island as well. I think the YA mark was put in there to stop people ripping their spinnakers on the totem pole.
Indeed.
Okay, just off camera, Balmain about to go round. So he's around now. That's 2 minutes 12. So he put a minute 12. Yandu put a minute 12 on Yandu up that on Balmain up that beat. So there's Balmain. Good 2 minutes behind Yandu. He's trying to get the bow down here, Balmain.
Yeah, ferry coming in from Manly, Shippo, so they're just ensuring they get across that.
Okay, Balmain still can't get the bow down.
And right now, there's absolutely no need for them to put up a spinnaker.
Okay, Balmain just getting the boat away. No, still not comfortable. It's really fresh up there at Rose Bay.
Jimmy, has this got you for life down the bottom here?
Yes, it is, Tom.
Haven't seen them for a while.
No, they're going to
get lapped
shortly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yandu going for a spinnaker.
Okay, now Balmain just got the bow down now. It took a long while. But meanwhile, up ahead, Yandu with about 200 metres to go to the leeward turning mark has just popped their chute. There they are.
I can also confirm, Pete, that Keegan and the Shore and partners are still sailing to the Shark Island mark. So
And haven't gone round the island, but we're not sure what the ruling on that one is right now.
Some sailing instructions say you've got to go round the whole island, but I don't know.
The course sheet here we have actually doesn't specify that
just says the
specifically.
YA, no, that's right.
But as Jimmy said, the YA sort of replaced the totem pole, and you couldn't go inside the totem pole. So,
okay, well here's Yandu round this mark, and they're bound for home with a commanding lead and a 20 to 22 knots southerly. Stellar performance from this crew. Oh, they do it so well, so easily it looks, but it's not easy.
they're certainly making it look pretty easy today, Shippo.
Yeah, Louis Brake just tidying things up. Oh, Manly Ferry coming down towards them. I'm sure they've seen it, but so will they tack or will they... Yeah, I think they're going to tack. You'll see the ferry in the background, top of the screen. So, long starboard, I think, then a long port. No need for short tacking in this breeze. Such a commanding lead.
Yeah, so I suspect they probably would have kept going for a little bit if it wasn't for that ferry.
Yeah, I think they would have, but anyway, they're going in towards Bradley's Head. You can see in the distance the orange spinnaker of Balmain and Lazarus behind them. That's Shore and Partners with the Lazarus sail. Where's our friend in SIXT?
they're just to the right of that shot.
Up to windward with a spinnaker, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
Jimmy, that's them? Okay, Balmain, so Shore and Partners, there's SIXT. So it's Balmain, Shore and Partners, and SIXT. These boys have done a good job too, Balmain boys.
Yep, they've sailed very well.
Handled the boat exceptionally well.
Yeah, great to see.
Just going past them is Yandu going upwind. Balmain flying downwind.
Nice bit
Airborne,
of air there. Yeah. Henry Larkin's hat trailing along behind him.
He's only a little fella too. He's
Not much to him.
Love sending it though.
always got a smile. So it's about to drop and get to around that leeward mark. So So they're next around, and they get the chute down. Here comes Shore and Partners. Gee, it's an old-looking chute, this, isn't it, on Shore and Partners? It's
Yeah, one of Emma's old kites.
yeah, it's done a bit of work. So they've got themselves into third spot. Long way ahead of Balmain now. They must have had a good beat up there, Shore and Partners.
Well, they snuck up the other side of the island, so...
Yeah. Obviously paid off.
It did, yep.
So they will be third. Next will be sixth. They'll be fourth. It's off camera. Yandu have done a long starboard. Now they're now back on port. Laying in towards the finish. They're probably a couple more tacks to finish. There's sixth. Jacob Marks.
Vykobi will be next after them with Andu.
It's, yeah.
And those boats have just managed to put a bit of distance on Emma Rankin in Club Marine, that last exchange. Emma was right with them, so either that big reef, she's become a bit underpowered in near the island there, or maybe she had something happen.
Another ferry converging with Yandu off screen. We've got a nice ferry driver. He's pulled behind them. Well done. Okay, Yandu just about to set. There they go.
Oh, nice set too.
Yeah, it's Bradley's head to the right. They get round Bradley's. Yeah, there's plenty of wind for everyone.
A little bit of a gain there to Andu, just closing the gap a touch. You can see them getting well away. Got a good jump on Vykobi there. Vykobi being quite conservative, but better to be conservative than have a swim, which is much more expensive.
Okay, so popping out from to leeward of the ferry will be Yandu in a stellar performance once again by this red-hot crew.
See, they'll probably, if they can get one tack in at the island there, they should hopefully lay the finish in one tack. Won't be too far off a tack here now. They're in a big gust, very big gust. Bit of a classic yacht just to windward of them too, probably making their breeze a little bit shaky.
Okay, not far off a tack now. Just to come in on starboard ley line. 3, 2, 1, there they go. So we've got about 50 metres to come into the finishing line on a very windy day, but it's been basically led from woe to go. Got a little bit behind because they had to go to the longest mark, the first beat, but after that they just kept on keeping on. Blistering speed upwind, great handling downwind as they come in now to take this race. And here they go. Yandu, Tom Needham, Louis Brake and Fang Warren.
Yeah, excellent display from the defending JJ Gilton and champions from last summer. I think they're pretty, not that they've had any bad fill-ins, but great to have Fang back after a bit of paternity leave.
Well, even this early stage, you'd have to say that the pretty clear top of the favourites board for the Giltmans. It's a long way off, but boy, what we've seen today and has been very, very impressive and probably surprised no one, but full marks to them. Full marks to some of these other crews that have battled in very tough conditions, especially this boat, Balmain, Henry Larkins and his crew of Tom Grimes and Lockie Pryor. They've handled this boat exceptionally well. They're clearly in second spot.
Yeah, really impressed with the sailing from the Balmain today. They made good decisions about where to position themselves on the course, and this is a very tricky course of when to get spinnakers up and down so they can get around the headlands and stay in the pressure. And Henry, Tom, and Lockie made very good decisions today, and this is a really well-deserved second place for them. And they'll happily bank that in the point score, and I would think that'll probably put them in a good position in the point score too out of today. So they will bank that second place any day, I think. And once again, I'm expecting them to step up again this season. I know I've been saying they're one to watch and they've been performing really well, but I'm hoping that in the major regattas this year that they'll come to the fore. Three talented young guys on board the Balmain. I'm sure Brett Morris is watching. He'll be
Cross it out.
happy to see the Balmain bank a second place today.
2 minutes 20 was the delta. So
they didn't lose too much between Shark Island and the finish. Well done to the boys.
So quite distant to third, and still sixth, just making a bit of a wobbly tack. But it's Shaw and Partners will be in third spot. We've got well ahead of sixth. So that's a good effort by Keegan. They got a very poor start, and they handed a big lead to the bulk of the fleet, but he's worked his way back into third spot.
Yeah, they had some shaky moments and had that spinnaker problem heading down to the bottom mark on that last lap. Made it difficult for them, and they actually gave away a fair bit of ground down there with that, but with a sneaky move around the back of the island, managed to get back into play. There's sixth, Jacob Marks, coming in fourth place. Also, the young team sailing an exceptional race today.
Shaw and Partners, left of screen, just coming across in third spot. They're across in third. Desperately waiting for the new sails to come, I would think, but nonetheless, only second race. He's done very well, Keegan, with Max Paul and Tom Anderson.
Although I'm not sure they've crossed the finish line yet,
they
and they're teabagging.
I think they're there, but...
How cruel that can be.
What are you doing, Keegan? Jeez, looking for some wind.
Oh, there they go.
Yeah, he's across. And here comes the fourth place getter, sixth.
Gee, big left-hander.
Yeah, they're a little overcooked at the moment.
Too good to last, I think. I'm sure all those fans that are following the SIXT team from Canada will be impressed with their
Willie's now coming
position
into the finish.
Yep.
And more breeze to come too. They'll scoot home. Everything's super easy because they're well overcooked there.
Yeah, big bit of pressure from the left.
Oh. About 40 metres to go to the line. They will be home in fourth spot.
Looks like they've blown out both their pieces of fabric.
Oh.
Right on the finish.
Oh,
And dropped the main sheet as well.
they're
Trying
home,
to save it.
Justin. Okay, and hot on their tails is Andu.
Fifth place for the Andu.
Again, they're another that missed the start and have came back into the picture pretty well.
Three guys who've just jumped on board today.
Yep.
Matty Stenner, Josh McKnight and Jack Taylor.
Yep, competent crew that, and well done. Just put yourselves get new guys together and win and get into fifth spot. And here's Kobe. She'll be 6th.
Kirk Mitchell, Andrew Stevenson and Pete Nicholson.
Did they have a swim the first beat, Jimmy? I
Yeah,
think
they had a swim.
Up
and
here
then,
off the island, wasn't it? I
yeah,
think.
and then that second time down to Obelisk, they appeared not to carry a chute at all.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're close enough to be 6th spot. So that was a good effort.
They are, considering they had a swim and a few problems,
Yeah.
they're still pretty in touch. Not too far behind. So, and without Dan Barnett on board today, not that Pete Nicholson isn't a very worthy replacement.
We're laying into the finish now. I think they'll just lay at the committee boat end.
I think him and Hobbo jumped in a
12-footer and one.
yesterday
Yep.
after a ton of time off.
After a long
and one.
sabbatical.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Kobe, Kirk Mitchell and Andrew Stevenson, Pete Nicholson, 6th. And next to finish will be Emma Rankin in the Club Marine. She survives this tack. Oh, a little bit of a tea bag there. Okay, we're up and going, laying in on a long port tack. She's done very well in
Exceptional.
very, very tough conditions.
Emma will be sporting her trademark big smile after
Yep.
today. Really, really well done on a tough day.
I don't think they had a capsize, did they? I don't think we
No,
saw
I
them
don't
over.
think
No.
they did.
Not that we seen.
No,
If they
no.
did have one, it was not while we were
Anyway,
with them.
very meritorious performance. See the deep reef in the mainsail, little jib. She's handled it exceptionally well.
To finish, you've got to get around the track.
Yeah, she's
And
certainly
they did
done
that
that.
well.
Now, what happened to our race partners today? Killer Coffee. They went home, I think. Jimmy, didn't they?
They did go home.
Well
I
up
think
early.
Nick put another brew on for him back in the clubhouse. So
So Fisher Paykel, we didn't see them finish. I don't think they're still going, are they?
yeah, they're still going.
Oh,
They're just on the other side of Clark Island. Here.
Oh, okay. They had a swim early on. Rag and Famish, I don't think they got round.
Rag and Famish is still going. I've seen them working.
Oh, it's still going, are they?
They're just going around the Shark Island mark
good
as
on
we
them.
speak.
Well done.
So quite a bit of distance. And
Yeah.
we do also know, I can also see down the harbour, I can see Ballard Properties still going, and I believe the Oak Double Bay is still on course as
Okay,
well.
I can see Ballard Properties there, yeah. Okay, and here's Fisher Paykel. She'll be next, I think. Is that Brett Van Munster?
Yep.
Yep. You'll get his phone call in the morning, Dol, from his old
Jimmy
mate,
up
from
at the
Jimmy.
lake.
Yep.
Yep.
Bit to talk about, Jimmy. Talk to Brett.
I believe Jimmy's an old. I'm not sure if he was a skiffy, but definitely a yachty in his, I think, late-ish 80s. So plenty of experience
Yep.
to pass on, I'm sure. They're looking a bit overpowered on the Fisher Paykel. Looks like they're really fighting with that rig a bit. They are just trying to pinch over the top of a cruising yacht that you're
Yep.
about to see.
Tom
There it
Quigley
is.
and Logan Radford with Brett Van Munster.
But yeah, just looking a bit bound up in these conditions. That boat's just not, looks like
Not
it's
humming,
just
is
not
it?
quite
Nah,
jumping, no.
nah.
But they got around, and that's a good finish.
Yeah.
What are they in?
They'll be eighth.
Seventh?
They'll be eighth.
Thanks, Pete. There they are.
Not far off attack, I wouldn't think, to lay in on port. Or just getting a lift at the wrong time, but not under any real danger for Anyone else?
Yeah, we had a bit of a left-hander there before, but it's gone back.
Yep. They'll be not far off attack now, for sure. Okay, well, we've had a very, very exciting day, and the race clearly dominated by the champion team of Yandu, of Tom Needham, Fang Warren and Louis Brake, in very, very strong southerly conditions that maintained all day as we watching Fisher Paykel almost tumbled into windward in that tack. The breeze let them down as they tack. They just got about 100 metres to go to the finishing line. But anyway, we'll get back to the summary of the race. Yandu basically led from start to finish. Balmain, exceptional performance to get second. Shaw and Partners third. Sixth was fourth. Andu fifth. Vycobi sixth. Club Marine seventh. Fisher Paykel eighth. And just watching now, Fisher Paykel come in nine. There's a few other boats still out there, but they're a long way back. So, Dol, I think we've probably summed it up. But just quickly, your quick thoughts on today and what's ahead.
Really happy to see some great racing. Shippo, you know, earlier on we came around, we saw the pressure that was out here, and you know, these crews have copped a fair beating so far this season, and I was a bit concerned that, you know, we might not see as many finishes as we did today. In fact, we had that discussion before the race, so to see, I think by the time those back markers finish, we'll probably have over 10 boats get around the track on a very tricky day. Great to see, but yeah, as we've said, you know, impressive performance from Yandu, but I'm also impressed with what I've seen from the likes of Balmain and SIXT in particular. So overall, I thought it was a great day's racing, Shippo. Good to be out here.
Exactly. Well, Jimmy, thank you and all the team here that brought all this to you. I think you hopefully you enjoyed it. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. And the pictures, again, were extraordinary. And we thank you to Jimmy and all the team. Next week, we look forward to race 3 of the Club Championship and race 6 of the 6th Spring Championship. And they're racing for the Yandu Trophy. And today we were racing for the Chris Webb Memorial Trophy. So that was won handsomely by Yandu. So I'm sure you've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed being on the harbour, windy harbour, clear sky southerly, which made for some thrills and spills. And again, it was Yandu, the cream really rose to the top, and they gave an absolutely sensational performance. But let's not forget the others that finished as well in very, very tough conditions. Balmain second and Shaw and Partners third were very good performers as well. So to everyone that finished the race, well done. We hope to see everyone next week, and we'll bring you more action from Sydney Harbour. So on behalf of all the team, Peter Shipway saying good afternoon and look forward to your company next Sunday.